All right, here we are. We're at day 11. We have 2 more days to finish this challenge, and I want to congratulate you and commend you. Like I said earlier, you're not behind, you're not ahead, you are just where you're supposed to be. And the beauty about this challenge is that it's something that you can do over and over again. If there is a step that you feel like, you know what, I really need to focus on that, I really need to hone in on that, then you focus and hone in on that. And the beauty is that you always have these videos, you always have the Facebook group, you always have me to help, support you, guide you, and give you feedback. So today 11 is all about habits. And so many people want to rely on motivation, they want to rely on willpower, they want to rely on a plan, a diet. But what I have found over the 15 years that I've been doing this is that if you truly want long-lasting, consistent results, you got to build some great habits. And so what happens is you start with building a great habit, and those habits create routines, and those routines create consistency, and that consistency creates results. And it's literally falls into that cascade. So for me, one of the habits that I needed to develop is that I wanted to drink more water. And sometimes I'm really good about it and sometimes not so much. And I'm sure you probably fall into that category with other things. So for me, I said, you know what? In order to be better with water, I'm going to kickstart my day with water. So that meant, how do I kickstart my day? Well, I love me some coffee. So coffee is just an automatic thing. There's just not a day that I'm not going to get up and have a cup of coffee. So what I challenge you to do is, what I challenge myself to do is put a glass of water before I have coffee, so that I stacked this habit. And in the email, I explained this concept as well. So I knew I was always going to have coffee, but if I put water ahead of the coffee, that started to help me associate that habit. So I would have a glass of water, and then after I would have coffee. And then I would have another glass of water and then have coffee. And so that way I had 2 glasses of water before I really started my day. So I was already kind of 2 glasses ahead for the rest of the day. I wanted to start going to the gym in the morning. So what I started doing is I started sleeping in my clothes. And that way I eliminated rifling through my closet to make sure I had the matching shoes and make sure that I had the matching socks, the whole bit, because at 5 a.m. you're not exactly thinking everything up there. So that's how I started the habit of doing that. And basically I've been working out in the morning for the last 15 years. I have been working out in the morning, and for me I get up, it's now automatic. So I want you to know that habits aren't an overnight thing. It is something that you have to start doing, and then eventually that habit will stop. Same thing with cracking a not so good habit. It's deciding, what level can you do it? For example, I had folks who have a diet soda addiction, or you have an addiction to you have this snack after dinner. So it's focus on ways that you can create another habit in place of it. So maybe it's you start reading instead of having, I had a client that had chips and salsa after dinner. So you started reading instead of having chips and salsa. Or maybe you take a bath. So there's certain things that you do instead of that habit that you want to break. Or if you're trying to break, the diet soda, maybe you start with having one less glass can a day. So that's all I got on habits. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, do me a favor. Hit me up in the Facebook group, shoot me an email, and I'll be back for day 12, last day, best day.